I mean, if anybody here wants to have it as official funeral garb, I think I can go ahead and get you a discount. Well, everybody, I just want you all to know that the next GM here is fantastic. And, you know, he likes to roll with the punches, so to speak. He likes to... Do I have a good pun for Echidna? No. Whatever. We've got Doughwolf, everybody. Doughwolf! Doughwolf, come on in! Hey, how you doing?
A good...
No, you're good. I hear you.
A good pun for Echidna? What?
Yeah, because you play a lot of Snulf and crap.
Oh. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was just like, I was expecting the setup to be that I was going to be the person to wear the shirt to a funeral, and then we got the little plot twist, and now I'm just completely thrown off.
I mean, do you want to wear the Kuso shirt to a funeral? Do you want crappy? Do you want everybody to see crappy Tubin at a funeral?
I have an uncle who would probably appreciate that if I wore it to his funeral.
To be fair. Yeah.
Oh, I remember like one of my great uncle's funerals. Like the priest opened up with a joke. It was
okay.
He actually knew my great uncle personally, and so he knew that was going to just like be great uncle's favorite joke, and was going to just be perfect. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
honestly, I prefer like if people are funny in real life, you know, have a little bit of humor. It's good. It's a good way to remember them. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Let's not talk about funerals and instead talk about the deaths of our players here that's coming up.
Oh, yeah, no, they are all going to die today to Floating Runner, Quest for the 7 Crystals.
Yeah. I know this game. I've played some of this game. I like it.
It's super fun.
It is.
It's bad, but it's super fun. I really did enjoy it.
It's not good. But with that said, yeah, remember that bad games are not necessarily unfun games, and we have a lot of fun within the realms of what players get to deal with here. So yeah, we have a full hour of wonderful gameplay. Who is going to be victorious and who will end up falling to the Kuso? I don't know. What I do know, though, is that all of the players today have to have a total of 29 points or more in order to try to stay in the tournament. If they end up having 30 or more, 100% they are in. If they get 29, then there is a chance they'll be able to stay in. I don't know. They'll be entering a tiebreaker if we have to have a tiebreaker round. So it's a very important match. And do you know how many points these players have at this point?
I believe these players are 19 to 21. Let me double check.
Oh, so it's super important if that's the case.
Oh, yeah, no. If they're 19 to 21, whoever wins, you have to win or you're out.
Win or be won?
Are they prizes?
Maybe. I don't know. Anyone here want to be a prize? I definitely need some prizes to send out later.
I feel like it breaks a few laws to make people our prizes, but maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
We do have a lawyer. I'll talk to him. We'll see what we can do.
You have a lawyer?
Well, not officially. We have a lawyer who's a GM.
Just get well, that's good enough.
Yeah, and honestly, I might be able to get some Kuso related services. Everybody would love that. Yeah. Floating Runner Maikuyama is a big fan of this game as well. If you didn't know, he's excited over there in chat. I very much appreciate this game. I think it was a very ambitious title that has some huge but charming flaws. I don't know, it's sort of the era when Bubsy 3D came out. People were still trying to figure out exactly the best way to make a 3D platformer.
Yeah, there's a lot of conceits to frame rate in terms of design that are gonna be interesting to watch. Gonna be interesting.
Okay, well, yeah. And honestly, I would say that if this game looks charming at all to you when you watch it, even if the gameplay looks like it suffers, it is completely worth a try.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's sort of what I love about this tournament. Not only do we get obscure, painful pieces of garbage that were sold for $35 in Germany for some reason, we also get obscure games that have fallen to the wayside because people just don't particularly love them because of the flaws. But I feel like with some polish, this game could have been like one of, a classic like Mario 64.
No, I don't. It's never getting on that level. Let's be honest.
Never.
Never.
Oh, come on.
I am just thinking of like. No, nope,
Okay.
Just hard nope. This game would need to be significant. No. Nope, just gonna nope.
Fine, I guess you don't have to agree with me. I'll agree with myself. Yeah, guess what? Brosench is right. Dowolf is completely underestimating the power of the floating runner.
Oh, yeah, no, I am underestimating. Okay, yeah, I am underestimating the power of the floating runner. I accept your criticism, and I will take it to heart, and I will let it change nothing about me.
Now, hey, here's the deal. I've done commentary for a floating runner speedrun at GDQ, okay? And I had a blast. I had no idea what was going on, except the caveman was running it, and I loved it. It was a lot of fun. Honestly, the speedrun for this game is pretty entertaining. I think it's very challenging as well. It's not the easiest game in the world.
I am actually impressed that anyone can consistently beat the boss of this game at the very end. We'll find out if someone gets to it. I
don't think that's going to happen.
I actually did not know that Caveman had done a run of it at GDQ. I will have to hunt down that run at some point. I looked for runs on Speedrun Live.
I'm about 90% sure it was Caveman, like 90% sure.
I mean, someone did it then. I saw there's a page for it on SRC, but the links are all dead, so I wasn't able to see the run. But it was surprisingly fast. I was impressed.
Yeah,
that someone could get the time down that low.
That's the thing. Like, we've talked a lot about the PlayStation 1 having a whole bunch of titles that people just do not speedrun very often. Often because of how difficult they end up being. This is one of those that I'm glad it got a speedrun. There are plenty of other PS1 jank titles that need to see the light of day when it comes to speedruns. Maybe you, the viewers of this stream, could also play bad video games.
I can't imagine anyone here playing a bad video game.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, who would? Oh, by the way, thank you, Bigfoot's Ghost, for the raid. I'm very scared. Bigfoot is huge here in Utah, like where I live. There are... They filmed an episode of Finding Bigfoot here.
Wait, back up. There's an entire show about finding Bigfoot, and it has more than one episode?
I had a professor in one of the episodes. One of my professors was in an episode of Finding Bigfoot, yes. And she rocks.
So, did she just sort of say, like, this is stupid, I'm out of here? And that was her entire...
No, because she's all about folklore, you know?
Okay.
She's a folklorist. She talks about local legends and such. So it 100% made sense for her to be on that. Now, she was also on Cake Wars one time, which was a little bit stranger. She was a judge, and they were doing folklore cakes.
This... my mind is a little blown right now, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
they were cakes that were supposed to look like urban legends specifically, and it was pretty cool. And
people didn't
I
read
feel
my
like
posts. Sorry, people in the match chat didn't read what I told them. But oh well. Yeah, looks like everyone is hopefully good to go.
Okay, the Rurik saying that he is ready. We've got Not Electa, Falsigabot, and Ten Miku. And the prediction for who will win, somebody on the left or somebody on the right, that is currently active in Twitch chat. Feel free to go check that out. I'm just waiting for the players to verify that they are good to go. I don't particularly like the spinning camera when you're paused, though.
Yeah. Don't worry, you're only gonna see it for a few seconds every so often.
How good.
Yeah, we'll explain a little bit more about how this match is going to work once we get started.
Urban Yeti cakes. I think they made like, oh, I'm trying to remember. There was a mermaid cake, which mermaids are definitely sort of an urban legend-ish, although more fairy tale these days. But back in the day, they were believed to exist, and there was like, I feel like there was some shower cake, like shower murder cake or something like that. I can't
thought
remember.
Shower cakes were just those little like things you put at the bottom of the shower to keep it clean.
That's
Who are we waiting
urinal.
on to
That's
ready?
a urinal. I don't know.
Oh,
Who's
urinal
ready?
cake. Excuse me, not a shower cake. Urinal cake. Yeah, those things. You could probably put them in a shower.
Okay.
Please don't listen to my advice.
I think Rurik said ready. Falsigabad said ready. Tenmiku. I just need not elected to confirm.
Not a lot of also said ready right before you.
Okay, we're gonna do the countdown. Everybody, I need all of your best cute emotes for this.
Also crystals. Spam crystals. Spam running. I don't know. Spam Snulf emotes just for me. Just please spam Snulf emotes for me.
Spam. We're doing the countdown. Everybody, get excited. Alf is cute. Athena not so cute. Alf's about the cutest thing in existence, anyway.
Yeah, and our players are underway. So, this game has a very bizarre little thing going on with it. Levels are worlds are in a random order in this game.
Okay.
So that makes it a little untrackable. So what we're gonna do is we've been given the players a set of save states, and very start of the run, they loaded the first save state that brought them to the first world. After they beat the first level, they'll load the next save state, and that'll bring them to so they're all going to be on the same world for their second world. You already got to the end of the first world. Good job.
Very nice. Now, I do want to note that we are having the battle of the bitrate killers versus the bitrate savers. Bitrate killers on the left side and the savers on the right. I do enjoy when we have matches that are a little bit less like typical. This is definitely a strange way to do Kuso6rande, and I love it. We've got save states up the wazoo.
Yeah, Notalecta needs to...
Yeah, Notalecta has a question in Discord.
Yeah, first state is 1 level. All other states are 2. Please load state 1. Yeah. So I gave them the instructions in the Discord chat, and I demanded that they all honk in response to show that they'd read it, and we immediately get questions.
Okay.
But we're good. They've all made it to the second world, which is, I don't know why they're jumping and climbing over these weird vines. You can actually just run forwards. You don't have to hop from place to place, but Miku is just not trusting this game at all, which isn't a bad choice, but it's gonna take him a while.
Okay, Notalecta was clarifying if level and stage were interchangeable terms.
Yes.
Yes, so Notalecta has loaded the state. This is the correct place. Karo Z, you've seen... Yeah, you're saying that you've seen this at AGDQ. This was definitely at GDQ before. But I feel like we've had this in Kuso6rande before.
Yeah, I think Mike mentioned that he gave out like 1 level as something in the Kuso6rande Invitational.
Yeah, I love watching people play this game. The Rurik, by the way, getting across this platform I don't know. It's a weird...
it's a rib cage, right? It's just that's what it is.
I guess, like, it's really easy to stay on top of it, but it looks like you're gonna fall through, but I don't think you can.
You cannot. So you can hold the circle button to do a running jump. That is very necessary. I really hope Rurik has figured that. I think, yeah, there we go. Okay. There's a bit of a momentum thing going on, so it can be a little hard.
Yeah, how much do the players know about how the game controls?
They were allowed to see the controls. It wasn't very helpful because you had such wonderful description as item F and item B. What are item F and item B? Well, they rotate your items forward and backwards. But they don't know that yet because they only have one item. The two items, F and B, yeah. Well, you can get more than one item. I have never found more than one item, but the long play I watched found all the items. Maybe it'll be useful.
Very weird that they chose those two letters instead of like A and B. Why not A and B?
Well, it's item rotate items forward and rotate items backwards.
Oh,
but the controls just say item F and the controls just say item F and item B, and good luck figuring that out.
Oh my gosh, the game totally makes sense now that I understand F is forwards.
Yeah, there's also a camera button that's really convenient. It makes the camera point even lower so you can see even less of the game.
Well, that's not good. So, question, how does this game control? Do we get tank controls?
Yes, you 100% have tank controls. Which actually isn't that bad. I'm fine with tank controls. You also have little side hop buttons. That's so cute and adorable. I love it.
It's pretty good.
But it's not terribly useful.
Yeah.
Also,
a lot of games tried to have tank controls at the time that this came out. Like, this wasn't unusual because people were still standardizing what a 3D platformer should feel like. And having an independent camera was actually pretty hard to do and to do well.
Yeah, I also think this game was before dual analog stick controller came out for the PS1.
I think so, yeah.
So, yeah, so this, I mean, it's really hard to do non-tank controls with a D-pad.
Yeah. Honestly,
also,
though, you
staircases
shouldn't
are
be
impossible.
doing 3D games with D-pads. That's just...
No, it was a bad choice.
It's a sin.
No one will understand why Sony's first controller didn't just have analog sticks.
Well, because that wasn't the thing. That wasn't what devs did. That isn't what video game console creators did. They didn't do dual sticks.
Yeah, but like Nintendo figured it out. Sega basically figured it out. Like the Saturn controller is one stick is fine.
And then C
you can
buttons,
deal with one
the
stick.
camera buttons. They had a stick and then camera buttons.
Yeah, but I like the C buttons, so I'm okay with this.
And apparently
C buttons are perfect in every way.
Analog at first.
Also, the Z trigger, beautiful. I will defend the N64 controller. It is perfect in every way.
It was hideous, but then when it came out, it was actually pretty comfortable and a huge revolution, I'd say, in video game controllers.
You look at it and it looks dumb, but you hold it, and it clicks in a really intuitive way, and I love it.
So I don't believe Nautilacta has learned the running jump, and it's making this platforming section much more difficult.
Yeah, they will have to figure this out pretty soon, or they're gonna be just jumping from lily pad to lily pad for a while.
Yep. Honestly, though, if it's not super clear what run is early on, it can be a very easy thing to mix. And you said that circle by default is the run button, right?
Yep, and they were all told to look at the controls in the main menu.
Yeah,
so
but
hopefully
circle
they all
to
did
run?
that.
Who does circle to run? Game over, and Nautilacta might be going and looking
you have X as your
at
jump.
the controls.
Oh, did Ten Miku not continue?
Well,
because you should have infinite you have infinite continues. Oh, you can run out of time, and then you get a game over.
okay.
I actually didn't anticipate people running out of time on stages. So that timer is like 5 seconds per in-game tick.
Yeah, the
it's
timer
slow.
is a bit generous, but some of the levels are actually really hard to figure out where to go or how to get through them, especially if you don't know the running jump. So
The
yeah,
running
people
jump is
will
pretty
run out
key.
of time. Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, you have a lot of time to make it through these stages. But the one thing that also I think somebody mentioned in chat before the run when one of the players was looking through the menu, that they said that this game ain't normal. That's a lie. You're correct. They are not playing on normal. They're playing on expert because normal just isn't fun enough.
You gave them expert?
Hey, don't look at me. I was gonna give them normal, and then Mike Uyama is like, you should give them expert, and I'm like, you're right. So
I love it. Oh my
Mike
gosh.
Uyama.
Well, okay, Mike Uyama, it's all your fault. This is your fault that we have so much pain. But then again, who made the save states?
Yeah, it is unlimited continues, but you can run out of time. And if you run out of time, it is game over.
Yep, and there we go. Falsing about death by time. Then again, that's what a lot of people face in life anyway. You gave them the girl to play as, huh? She's pretty cool. I like her.
Well, I had to play through the game for the save states, and I wanted to play as the girl. So, yeah. As far as I know, they're exactly the same.
Yeah, here's the deal. Nautilect is having a very hard time with the platforming. Remember, when a game comes out and is like an official game, an official release for a console and not a bootleg, usually they're going to make the game at least playable. And if a jump looks impossible, like what Nautilect is trying to do and keeps missing it, then you should take the cue and think there's something that I might be doing wrong.
Here's the problem. It's also Kuso6rande. So that guarantee is not always true here.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I didn't call you a monster, Mike. I just said that you... Yeah, Mike, I didn't call you a monster. I just said that it was your idea to give them expert, and I agree that this was the correct idea. Hey, we have a clear of world 1, 2. I'm not really sure how that works. But anyways, the Rurik is on to the next world.
Yes.
Which is the forest, happy forest world. I love this world. It's awful.
Oh, the music.
It's so happy.
It's
silly
so
happy for you.
Cute. The cutest murder.
The game is so happy for you to be here, and it doesn't want you to leave.
Yeah. Oh, I love Tenmiko's screen. It's just chugging. It is chugging.
Oh no! What has happened?
Oh, it's just Tenmiko's internet. That's all. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tenmiku does not live in the U.S. and often has some internet problems, and because of that, you know, it's fully expected. But we're not here necessarily for the highest quality streams. In fact, I'd rather have somebody who's new to streaming or somebody who does have a hard time playing in certain tournaments. I'd rather have them show up, even if it ends up being a chug fest. I'll just laugh about it because it's kind of silly. But Tenmiku is actually really good at a lot of these games here.
Yeah, by the way, anyone who's making it to round 4 is already a huge accomplishment. You've already beaten, I think, over half the field if you've made it this far.
Oh yeah, yeah, they've done fantastic. So, as a note, the players need to come in first for this specific match in order to move into the bracket. However, if anybody comes at... Wait. Yeah, 19 to 21 points. Second place, unfortunately, will not be enough even for the tiebreaker. So first place is essential for the players. And honestly, Floating Runner, I feel like it's a fairly decent test of skills. You know, sometimes I'm like, this is the elimination game you're giving out. I feel like even if this game feels unplayable at first, it becomes a lot more playable the more that you go through it. Nautilect, still not running.
Same with
it's called Floating Runner, not Floating Walk/Jumper. Gotta run.
Yeah, but yeah, False Igabot is also not figuring out the controls. The Rurik, on the other hand, is just struggling with this jump because he is getting sniped every single time he tries to get close, or just missing the platform. And
what level is
the biggest change on
on?
Expert is there's a lot more DACA, just tons and tons of DACA. You can shoot yourself, but that bullet arcs. Might not be totally clear, but it's very clear when you're playing. That bullet arcs, and so you have to be doing like jump shots in order to like barely hit things that are further away. That's the #1 problem with this game. Your bullets should not arc in a 3D platformer. Why would you do this?
Yeah, it's not. Actually, even in a 2D platformer, you probably shouldn't have projectiles arc. I'm looking at you, Ghosts and Goblins. Okay?
I don't know. Like Ghosts and Goblins throwing torches is fun because it has a big hitbox, right? Like you can arc with a big hitbox. I'll defend that.
Fine, whatever. If you make it easier to hit, then sure, whatever. Go ahead and put the freaking arcs in there. But odds are, I'm thinking like Fester's Quest, the wiggle bullets, anything that isn't typical. It's very easy to make it so that it's incredibly difficult to hit anything with arc, even in 2D. So use with caution.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Why is the tree stump trying to kill the Rurik? Oh no! The tree is gonna eat you.
Everything's trying to eat him. Why are you specifically singling out the trees? That doesn't seem very fair to trees.
Because trees generally don't, especially dead trees. Dead trees don't eat very many people in real life.
Unfortunately, the Rurik got turned around at some point, so yeah, gonna have to climb up those stumps again to get to his actual destination.
Yeah.
Wait, I think False Ichabod got up the lily pads. Nice. So that's some real progress.
By the way, the company that made this game also worked on other absolute classics. What did they make? Well, they made Disney Golf. They made Swing Away Golf. They made True Golf Classics, YLA Country Club. They made June Classic CC and Rope Club. They made Pebble Beach Nohato Plus. They made a lot of golf games. They made a game called Golf.
Are you implying that I found this game because I was exploring bad golf games and accidentally found a 3D platformer?
They found Pebble. They made Pebble Beach Golf Links, and they made Virtual Highlight.
I forgot that they made Virtual Highlight.
Oh, they did. They made Super High. They made all the highlights. They made highlights.
Game Fan gave it a 90%. Wow.
I mean, to be fair, it was one of the earliest 3D platforming games, This was a huge step forward. Was it a good step? Not necessarily. There are a lot of flaws with this game.
Yep. Like, the Rurik is now at the best part of the stage where you get to climb a tree. This is so impossible. So you're just doing very precise jumps with tank controls, with an awful camera on the tiny platforms. If you are on the edge, you will just bounce off. I am impressed that he didn't fall there.
Ooh.
He's actually really close to the top. Oh, no! I jinxed it.
You sure did.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I don't believe in jinxes. Except when you do it.
Aww.
So
it's all my fault.
I'm taking a look at this game. Honestly, it came out right around the same time as Mario 64. In the US, it came out in the fall/winter of 1996. Mario 64 did as well. It came out in September.
Yeah, so Rurik has his camera on, and just the visible relief on his face when he cleared that stage was beautiful.
Oh, really? I love it.
That release might be gone in a few seconds, but
I think False Ichabod has figured out the run. Just seeing where False Ichabod is in the level, you have to have run in order to get there. Nautilus still struggling with this.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be really hard to catch up at this point because he is a full. Because you have to win the match, and he's a full 3 levels behind at this point.
Yeah, they are definitely behind. it's still not impossible, you know, it's a fairly early on round. You just have to remember, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and it seems almost impossible, it might not be the intended way to do it. Like, any game that gets at least cleared or licensed or is somewhat official in some way generally has makes it so that a normal person can beat the game. You know, you do not have to be a deity to do basic platforming. Now, if it's a bootleg game, that's not always the case. You might have to be a deity.
Yeah, Patan Niku had a little trouble at the end of that stage. Did not realize that they just had to fall down and the end of the level is right there, but now they are on to the forest stage.
Yeah, trees!
Trees.
Oh my gosh. Here's the
Also,
deal,
let's
for
just
once we're
enjoy
not
how
the villain.
slow that elevator is. All the elevators in this game are way too slow. Like, I literally turned on frame skip sometimes on elevators because it made it go from taking 20 seconds to climb an elevator to only 4.
Yeah.
It's just, no. Why would you do this?
I'd say one thing that makes the platforming in this game very difficult has to deal with, like, momentum. Because it's
100%,
very
yes.
easy to to be a little bit slippery. And also, if you try to jump from a standstill, you are not going to go very far. I mean, Mario 64 also sort of had jumps where if you weren't moving, you couldn't really make much horizontal progress. But at the same time, it made it very apparent that you were jumping straight up. You know, the sounds, the visuals made it clear that that was a get higher jump if you're standing from a standstill. And the other jumps when you're moving forward definitely had a very different feel.
Yeah.
It's hard to know what Mario 64 did right until you play a game like this.
Yep. Just, like, I remember one of the stories about this development was, like, the first thing it did was just sort of build out a room and just have blocks situated like what the distances were for jumps and just get that feel of the jump perfect before they even did anything like real in terms, well, quote unquote real in terms of designing levels. Like, that's what you got to do. You got to jump in, in a platformer, jumping's got to feel good.
Yes.
Shooting's got to feel good. Neither of those things feels good here.
Yeah. But at the same time, it was still super ambitious. I would say that for a PlayStation 1 game that came out in '96, look at how smooth this frame rate is. Look at how, like, everything is easy to see. The colors are not muddy. There's very little lag from what I've seen so far. Like, it is well programmed.
I'm not sure how much of the lack of lag is because we're on emulator and the emulator is just covering up what would have been lag on the console.
I don't...
Because, like, the camera is pointed basically at your feet for a reason, and that reason is so that you can't see very much, right? Like, I feel like it's
that's
probably had
a
worse
large
issues.
reason. But I've played Xena on emulator, and that had a ton of lag. Like, I feel like the emulators these days are fairly good at capturing it. Then again, Mike in chat is saying this game definitely lags on PS1. Okay.
Yeah, I would think so.
At least in the final stage. But I feel like whenever I've played or watched this, it's actually run fairly smooth, similar to what we're seeing. Although all of those snakes running this quickly seems a little bit odd.
Well, that's just part of being an expert.
Oh.
They do go slower on normal, but that's no fun.
Nah.
People didn't come here to have a good time. I mean, you all did, but these players didn't. I have to give them what they expect. It's like, it's either this or a door maze. I think they prefer this.
I would take this over Door Maze any day. Okay?
I think anyone would take this over a door maze.
Most people, yeah. The correct people, yes.
People, Not Electa has learned how to run. We have had reports in this chat. Yeah, I mean, they're not technically out of it. There's still a lot of match left. just
Yeah,
going to have to move fast.
it's a
which the run button
huge
will help them
setback.
do.
Yeah. But they're not using it. Use
Why
the
would you
run.
learn how to run if you're not gonna?
Oh. No!
Sir, press, sir.
No! I'm so angry.
I share your pain. Come on, run! Oh.
Pyroclastic Waddle Dee may have misseen what Nautilecta was doing. Well, I don't know.
God.
Maybe
So
it was
this
an
jump.
accidental running for a second there.
Oh wow. Okay, so the Rurik figured out that jump really fast. It took me forever to figure out that jump because you have to. You don't. It looks like you should be jumping from the top of the tree. No, you got to jump from the bottom. Like, but you can't see the bottom with the camera. So it's just like, that's a disgusting jump. But Rurik got through it, and they're on to the next world. I put Desert World next. That was nice of me. Could have been much meaner.
What a good Wolf.
No, I'm not a good Dole. I gave them this game. I'm at best like a true neutral Wolf.
Yeah, Nautilecta is looking around and trying to figure out how, like, where am I supposed to go? I can't really be expected to do this jump. And the answer is yes, you are, but you have to run. And you don't know how to run because you haven't tried pressing and holding the circle button. This is an important lesson that Maikuyama also learned when you're in Kuso6rande. Even if you don't know if there's running, try to figure out if there is a way to run.
Yep, like every button on the controller is probably going to do something. Good, safe bet. Especially the PS1 era. Like SNES era, you know, not always true, but by PS1, especially when the L and R buttons did things like, you gotta run. You gotta run.
Step 1, hit every button. Step 2, hold every button.
While moving. Always test while moving.
Always test while moving, yeah. As it turns out, there are games that we've had before that have had strafing mechanics that people didn't know about for the entire match because they didn't try holding specific buttons while moving. It's something that, you know, the more you watch, the more you play in Kuso6rande, the more you learn where the potential pitfalls can come. And definitely holding and testing buttons.
I'm actually kind of
It's
surprised
extremely important.
Nautilecta hasn't posted anything in chat yet about their pain. Yeah, I would have expected them to by this point.
Yeah, I would be typing. I'd be like, well, this is dumb.
Like, I would probably be willing to tell them, yes, if they ask if they're missing something, I'll answer yes.
I think that would be fair. I wouldn't tell them what they're missing.
No, I mean, they are at least 2 levels behind everyone at this. Oh, they're only 1 level behind False Ichabod. But like they're several worlds behind the Rurik. Though the Rurik is really struggling with these little platform jumps over the quicksand. Yeah, quicksand. That's what that's called.
Yeah, but you know, considering that this level is more difficult, I think it is.
I think the forest level is harder, personally.
Oh.
I just really wanted to make sure that our players got to enjoy the tree, which is why I put it earlier.
Aw, well, good. I just don't like the deadly tree stumps. They're terrible. Seriously.
Do you want to just destroy every tree?
I mean, if they're trying to murder me, yeah. Blood has to answer for blood.
Okay. Trees don't bleed.
They bleed sap? That's tree blood. Yeah, that's right. Maple syrup is drinking the blood of your enemies. Tree blood.
That is a very Viking way to look at it.
Heck yeah.
Come on, run jump, run jump. No.
And simply put, tree blood can taste really good.
I mean, lots of things. Blood tastes good. Like, isn't that like that's why you don't want your meat well done, right? So that there's still a little blood. You don't like your meat
yeah,
rare?
I suppose. Like, medium rare is fine.
Probably don't have it rare.
Rare's okay.
Medium rare is okay.
Like, that's okay. I've had actually raw beef. Well, at an Italian restaurant, you know, they just slice it really, really thin, and it's full of flavor. It's delicious. It seems wrong. I've had raw fish. Do fish have blood?
I believe fish have blood. They must have blood, right? They definitely have blood. Yeah, that's something I'm willing to just put out there and hope chat's not gonna try to prove me wrong. I think they...
Fish do have blood.
They must.
And it is red, like in red meat, because it contains hemogoblins. The hemogoblins are in the fish.
Brosensha, please.
Which...
I mean, is there any life on this planet that doesn't have red blood besides trees?
Trees?
Yeah.
There is, like, I think some insects and such don't have red blood. Like, if you've ever squished a grasshopper, it's usually very dark.
Grasshoppers?
Like, sort of black. Or if, like, you catch a grasshopper and then they vomit their blood on you, it's definitely not red.
How much time have you spent torturing grasshoppers?
Okay, as a kid, probably too much. I never would as an adult, though. Like, I am not exactly a fan of that these days, but we were, I don't know, when you're bored and there's nothing else to do when you're a kid, and yeah, oh, come on. I remember, I have a cousin in chat who probably remembers, like, when I went over to my grandmother's house, they would take a BB gun, and instead of filling it, like, putting BBs in it, they would just pump it full of air and then shoot grasshoppers and watch them kind of explode.
Oh, right, this jumps in Desert World. This is a jump Mike was talking about. Okay, so up ahead, there's going to be a place where there's, like, a sign telling you to go left and right for the Rurik. This is a lie. You're supposed to just go forwards, and you're supposed to bounce off of some platforms that are just sort of there. Good luck.
Look, I'm gonna go ahead and say, Tempestrel, I understand your shock, and yeah, this is something I would not do as an adult. But then again, my uncles were the type of people who would shoot cats with arrows. Like, okay,
Were they feral?
they lived in a barn.
Sounds pretty feral. I don't know if I would want to deal with the cats any other way either.
You just, yeah. So
I mean,
there
maybe
you
not
go.
shoot them with arrows,
This
but...
is the type of family that I came from, okay? I am very much a pacifist these days. Yeah.
Yay! No murder.
Yay!
Okay, so I think the Rurik has figured out what they need to do. Now they just need to do it. Good luck. So you have to get a running jump, land on top of that spinny spiky thing, and jump off of it. And this game, oh my gosh, this game is not designed for doing that. So okay, there's I think. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, sorry if that makes people uncomfortable. My past makes me uncomfortable sometimes, but I'm a very different person than when I was young. Yeah. And the thing is, like, even if kids do sort of have very strange lives before, like, a lot of people can change as they grow up. That's the important thing. And I want a pet cat, and I would love the pet cat so much, okay? I would give the kitty all the food, except for the food it's not supposed to have. In that case, no. Bad kitty, you're not getting that food.
But kitty is good kitty and deserves good food.
Kitties are jerks. But to be fair, we deserve to be treated like we're jerks sometimes. That's fine. It's fine.
I don't know. I think somebody has to
Not
end this
Electa
cycle
knows
of
how to
jerkiness.
run. Not Electa's learned how to run.
Yep. Yes, they did. So we'll see if they can. They're gonna have to never let go of that run button, but that's just good advice in general. I feel is to never let go of the run button. I assume that. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Nautilus has learned.
Yeah, I assume that was what. I mean, it's not a big deal. So just to make this clear for everyone else, Nautilus revealed that someone in their chat revealed to them that they can press circle to run. Ideally, competitors would have chat closed, so that they don't have to deal with this. But
Yep, that would still be a spoiler getting that from their chat. So yeah, I'm letting them know. Thank you for telling us. That is a player-specific benefit. But at this point, because of how far behind Nautilus is, I think...
Oh, hey! The Rurik found a weapon. They're shooting fireballs now. So once you have weapons, you can use the crystals that you've been picking up throughout the game to use those special weapons. They're not terribly useful, but they deal more damage, and you died, so you lost all your crystals. So I think you lose the... Oh, they also found a heart. They've been exploring really nicely. They're going to lose all that when they load the next save state. But for now, they are in heaven.
Okay.
This part is just kind of awful. It's just elevator after elevator after elevator, and they're all too slow. And if you die on an elevator, the game will respawn you on the last normal platform. That's nice.
Okay, I let Nautilus know. Keep playing. We'll deal with it on our end. Honestly, considering that the hint came this late for Nautilus, it might not really even be a huge deal. But I imagine that if it did come down to being a close match between the players, we may give a time penalty of sorts. With that said, I'm a huge believer. I've let the players know that, if you get a hint and we find out about it and you didn't inform us, then it ends up being a disqualification. But telling us, as well as telling us what the hint is, I would prefer that, and we'll let you keep playing in the match. I just asked Nautilus to go ahead and close your chat for this time. But otherwise, no. We've had this discussion between GMs and such, and it's something we'll keep discussing. You can have your own Twitch chat open. Simply put, a lot of people do feel lonely during matches, and I really understand how playing can feel isolating. If it does become a huge issue for things in the future, though, like people not reporting when someone comes in with spoilers, then, it can be something that we will change in the future. But
yeah, so that last jump for Rurik, so you have to jump down to a platform in the distance. It has to be a running jump, or you will hit a death plane, which is really great design. But now they're onto the waterfall stage. Yay! Everyone likes waterfalls.
Yay, waterfalls, rip a drop. Yeah,
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the Kuso6rande that you're used to. I don't know.
Yeah. By the way, White Panther has a pretty good strategy, having chat open but set to emote only mode. That way, you can see a little bit of the excitement coming through without really having spoilers show up. Another thing as well, posting no spoilers in your Twitch stream can help as well. Yeah,
yep.
Mika's is saying playing these games on purpose on your own can feel pretty off. I've played in Kuso6rande. I understand how the isolation feels, and I don't really like having that. I know that like some of the other streamers who tend to have bigger audiences also really like to be able to talk to chat and joke and laugh about things, and I want to be able to still be welcoming to that experience for players.
I mean, once upon a time we allowed players to view your chat during the match, and I kind of miss those days. Like, it was kind of rough because we had to keep banning people for posting spoilers in chat. But I do miss those days.
I do miss those days. It was a lot of fun for them to be able to type and interact with people in Twitch chat. But it just had to get to the point where, you know, we could talk about things in Twitch chat without the players seeing them. Just wasn't reasonable, you know, to keep going that way. Nufta,
Yeah.
Thank you for the raid. Come and enjoy some Floating Runner. We've got 20 minutes of this game left. How far away is Rurik from the end?
So Rurik is, I believe there is one more save state for them to load, and
Okay.
then that save state, and then so after that save state, there's 3 more worlds. Or is this the last save state? I'm not sure. They're on like save state 4 or 5 out of 5, and then that last save state will take them through the last 3 worlds.
Yes.
So it's quite a bit, and then there's the final boss, which I will bet all of my channel points that nobody will beat. Every single one of them. It's impossible. It's just actually impossible.
Really?
Like, maybe if you come in there with all the hearts you could have been collecting throughout the game, it's possible. But I don't know. I don't believe that.
Oh, baby. Well, I don't know. Considering the difficulty that you gave the players, it might legit be impossible.
I think it's impossible on normal. I haven't, like, that's the most mind-numbing thing about there being a completed speedrun of this, is how are you beating that boss? I don't know.
I hope we see the boss. That would be fantastic.
It would
I'd
be,
love it.
it would absolutely be fantastic if we get to see it.
Do you not get infinite continues when you're fighting the boss?
Nope. If you die in the boss, you get to restart the entire world.
Oh,
Like, so you get to do the previous level again, and then you have to fight the boss again.
Oh,
It's
that's
just-
pretty terrible.
It's the rudest thing, and I don't understand. Well, I understand why they didn't want you to cheese the boss with infinite continues, but it just doesn't. It just isn't fun at all. It could have at least made you just restart from the beginning of the boss, but nope. Redo entire previous level.
Do.
It's very catchy music. I don't know if I call it great, but it's catchy.
I like the music. I think for PS1 era, it's cute music.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. It's catchy. It's good.
Yeah, early PS1 is in this weird space between when, like, you had the early CD-ROM games that just said, hey, we have a CD-ROM, let's do, like, actual high-quality audio. Oh, God. Okay, I'll explain that. And then you have, like, modern games, it's just, we're going to use high-quality audio because we have infinite space. And you have the PS1 era where it's like, we could use high-quality audio, but we only have one CD-ROM and only 600 megabytes, so we can't quite fit it. And it's just this really sad place in the middle, I feel. But yeah, so that slide that the Rurik just jumped off of, you have to not jump. You have to just fall off it and it'll take you right to the end of the level, which is a crystal on the platform that you can almost see, but you can't actually see because the camera is so bad. So you have to just walk off, and we'll see if the Rurik can figure that out, because it's not at all obvious that that's what you're... Like, why would you just walk off the end of it? That doesn't feel right.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
There's a lot to
Here
not
we
like
are.
about this game, though. One important note for people as well is that while you see the players falling off the edges quite a bit and dying a lot, they do have infinite continues. The biggest problem, though, comes when there are platforms down below. Because if you just fall to your death, it'll take you back to where you were before. But if you fall and land on a platform, then that is your new checkpoint for when you die.
Yeah, someone's mentioning Trick Against the Bomb is boss is using a bomb sub-weapon. This is true. It's still... part of it is that it's not remotely clear where the hitbox is that you're supposed to be hitting. I'm genuinely not sure. Like, I know one place that will hurt it.
I don't know. This just has the same chord progression as Canon in D.
I have to take your word on that. I don't really know all my chord progressions perfectly.
Or is it the 4-chord song? Yeah.
Okay, so now False Ichabod is on the absolutely wonderful. False Ichabod has moved into second also.
No,
but they're because they're on the second level of the desert world. Yeah, they are on this like little jump off of the spiky cylinders jump, and yeah, so they're thinking that there's some trick here, which is understandable because the arrows are telling you that you're supposed to go sideways, and there's just nothing there. You just have to jump off of those spike cylinders.
Yeah, this is canon and D. Pisses me off. And that is the Utah word that I'm using and not the British swear, just to clarify.
It pisses me off ruder in British English?
Yeah.
Strange.
It's okay, I'm an American. I can say that. Or maybe it's just not rude for me? I don't know.
I mean, pisses me off is just like I wouldn't even consider it profanity. It's just expressing rage in a healthy way.
I've had people yell at me online. Okay, I don't know.
No one's gonna yell at you online for literally anything. I don't think that's a good standard.
Okay, you got a good point.
But yeah, now Tenmiku is going to approach the same jump, and either of them could easily finish this jump first. It's such a rude jump. I am amazed that Rurik finished it as fast as he did. But he's running out of time. Oh no!
Hurry up!
Just don't jump. Just don't jump off the slide. The exit's right there.
Yeah, but how are you supposed to know?
Well, he's tried jumping off of it. Not jumping is the other option. The only way I found it.
Three long seconds. You're almost to the slide here,
10
Rurik.
seconds. You got 10 seconds. You're
right.
fine. Just keep running.
Just keep going. Keep going. It's the slide. Do it.
Don't jump. Don't jump.
You
no!
jumped. I love it.
Okay, unfortunately, that is a game over.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh man, so they are going to have to restart that world, and they were at the very end of the second level of the world. It's a little unfortunate, but it's very fortunate for False Ichabod and Tenmiku because either of them has a real opportunity to catch up.
Well, good.
Rurik clearly doesn't know what to do. I will just ping them.
Yep, that's what happens when you run out of time. You gotta load all the way back up because it gives you a full game over. No continues when you're out of time.
Yep.
Hey, I was hoping I could get another appeal. Nope. Oh, come on. You're through your appeals. It's time.
Who are they appealing to?
The judge.
I guess we have a judge. Kate is our judge, but...
Kate, I'm trying to appeal here. Please, let me off death row.
Nope, only dying for another 14 minutes. Then you can stop dying.
Oh, okay. The Kuso6rande, yeah.
Looks like False Ichabod is convinced that there is some other way through this area. And maybe there is. I'm not sure why these platforms are going up and down. I didn't know they did that. Did they trigger something I didn't know you could trigger?
They might have. Wolf, welcome to video games. Sometimes they're not very straightforward. Okay.
Okay, so already through the first level. Nothing's up, Cadis. Nothing's up. You're good. We're just being what are we being?
He's my executioner. And judge. I don't know if he's my jury.
I feel like the Twitch chat is jury.
Twitch chat, am I innocent? Do I get to live, or am I walking the plank into an electric sea?
So
they just have cables dangling off the Kuso boat.
That's a lot of no's and guilties and burn hymns in the chat right there.
Uh-oh. Well.
Oh no, someone's bringing out the electric chair.
The electric chair. You can also burn me, I guess. You know, go ahead and do all the stuff. Tar and feather, like, it was more about humiliation than pain.
I feel like it's really painful to tear them off, though.
Well, they didn't really heat the tar up too much. And no, like, have you ever gotten tar on yourself, Wolf? It's a pain to clean, but it really doesn't hurt. You just have to, like, scrub for a long time.
It's gonna be like it's like tearing a Band-Aid off, right? Like, that hurts, especially when it's over body hair.
Band-Aids are stickier.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I would have thought, like, the feathered tar to you would be stickier, but okay.
No. Band-Aid's definitely worse to get off than tar.
This is a much less heinous... Is it heinous or heinous?
Heinous.
Hey, much less heinous crime or punishment than I thought.
Yeah, tar and feathering, like, if they really disliked you, they would heat it up a lot, and then you would possibly have some burns, but most of the time it was just more embarrassing and a little bit, like, you were probably gonna be more beat up by people punching you in the face than from the tar.
Yeah, so it looks like Tenniku got past the jump. Meanwhile, False Say Goodbye is back at the beginning of the world, unfortunately. But yeah, Tenniku has a real chance to pull into first. They're not far from the end of this world. First level of the next world is really short, and then this non-jump is just not clicking with the Rurik, so that is their opportunity.
Okay, so why do I know this much about tar and feathering? Because I've researched Mormonism.
What does Mormonism have to do with tar and feathering?
Well, as it turns out, some of the leaders there got tarred and feathered. And we're like, you know, everybody's like, wow, that's the worst thing ever. Absolutely. And it turns out that, no, it's not the worst thing ever. Because, you know, usually they would make it warm, but it wasn't. Like, maybe you'd get first-degree burns from it, but no, usually it wasn't that bad.
I feel like there was a lot worse things that happened to Mormons in your history.
Well,
I seem to recall some massacres happening.
Yeah, but they were also perpetrators of massacres. You know?
I mean...
And the guy who's got tarred and feathered, guess what? Yeah, he ended up getting killed, and a mob attacked him and killed him, but guess what? He was in prison for murders and adulteries, and you know, he even managed to sneak a gun into the jail because he was totally planning on getting out and escaping yet again. And they're like, no, we don't trust the police anymore. We just got to deal with you. And it was probably for the best. I gotta say, it was for the best.
I will accept your judgment of murder being for the best and not comment on this.
I mean, with how many people died because of him, I think it was probably for the best.
Alright, so Tenniku is so close to the end. You just gotta, there's a downward arrow. You just gotta do a running jump past that downward arrow. That's all. But he hasn't figured this out fast. He has 10 Ultra Tims left. 8 Ultra Tims.
Oh, so yeah, you need more Tims. Oh,
don't collect the points. The points are worthless. You can see the platform down there. Just jump to it.
Well,
down to 5 Ultra Tims.
Ultra Tims, no.
Just running jump. Running jump.
Oh no.
Oh no! Come on, you can still do it. You just got a running jump. No, that's the wrong. No! What are you? No! The arrow wasn't lying to you. That is now he is back to the beginning of the world. That is really unfortunate. That might be the match right there.
By the way,
unless he moves really fast.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, Kuchiri, I'm a fan of murder, not necessarily. I'm a fan of 1800s vigilante justice. There's a difference.
But do you think that vigilante justice should stay in the 1800s, or do you want it now?
Yeah. No, I don't really want it now. But in the 1800s, when this guy who, was marrying 14-year-olds, and absolutely emotionally abusing tons of people, and led people who committed massacres and such. When the police keep letting him out because of bribes and because of all this stuff, and he's managed to do it over and over, when you can't actually get the courts or get him to the courts because he keeps escaping, vigilante justice probably makes sense, okay? To protect your 14-year-olds. I am a fan of that kind of vigilante justice. Yes. However, it also needs to stay in the 1800s unless the police become extremely corrupt and, here's the deal. There are problems with the police now. They're so much better than at that time.
Yeah, no, there are real problems. There are real corruption. They are not letting child rapists back out onto the street. That is not a thing.
Yeah, generally, they're not doing that, which is good.
Very good. Very real progress.
So there's my message. 1800s vigilante justice was actually kind of necessary.
Yeah, the Rurik is down to 10 Ultra Tims as well. Can the Rurik figure out to just not jump?
I'm sorry this conversation got so heavy during this freaking floating runner where you're a little anime girl jumping on scorpions.
Come on, don't jump. No jump. No jump.
Don't do it, Rurik. Just slide. Slide to victory. You can do it. Hurry up. Rurik's just waiting. Nope. No.
I think he was lining up the jump. No! You can see the crystal for like a frame at the bottom of the screen, too.
Well,
that's the destination crystal.
I love it. I do want to be an anime girl jumping on scorpions. Who would have guessed?
I mean, who doesn't want to be that?
Have you seen scorpions in the wild?
Yeah, I want to jump on them and murder them with my feet.
Well, if you have shoes on.
Well, I'm not jumping on them barefoot. That would, no.
Yeah, actually, I was really scared of scorpions when I was a kid, but I think that knowing that you have a rubber sole on your shoe is definitely a lot more comforting. I don't think they can sting through your shoe.
Don't know if I'm willing to test that in real life.
Well, if I see a scorpion in the future, I might test it. Especially if it's being aggressive. Aggressive scorpion, I'm not gonna let you get me.
You should just try to kill it. You shouldn't specifically test if it can kill you through your shoe. It's like, maybe you're right and it can't. Well, or maybe you're wrong and you're dead. That doesn't feel like a good bet.
Surrounded by scorpions, and all I have are my shoes, and they're coming at me, then maybe I'll try. Unless they have knives. In that case, no.
Why would your shoes have knives?
No, the scorpions! If the scorpions had knives,
that makes even
why
less
would my
sense.
Shoes have knives?
I mean, you hide a knife in your shoe that you can trigger on a button, and then you just stab someone when you kick them.
The scorpions have pincers. Okay, do you see? They got the pinchy things. They can hold knives.
You've been watching too much Crab Fight. It's such a good game.
Oh, I could wear stilettos and bam!
I mean, if you want a sword on your foot, sure.
But why am I in the middle of the desert surrounded by scorpions while I'm wearing stilettos and the scorpions have knives? I just do not like this possible future, okay? We're going to go ahead and put that in the list of things that I do not wish upon myself.
I approve of this list.
Yeah.
Okay. Just run, jump, run, jump, run, jump. No! You stopped. And Miku, what are you trying to do?
You know what? At this point, it's pretty clear the Rurik is going to take the victory unless...
Yes.
No, it would take a miracle. It would take a miracle at this point.
Miku needs to figure this jump out yesterday, and yesterday has come and gone. But I will be so happy if either Ken Miku or the Rurik can figure out their respective impossible jumps.
To jump, the impossible jump.
Yeah, he must have seen the platform down there. You can see it for like a split second. Yeah, so he's seen it. He's seen that it has the crystal right on it.
Uh-huh.
He's just gotta Make the jump.
Do 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 do. Da, 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 da.
Yes, you did it!
Wait, who did it?
Ted Niku has beaten their respective demon.
Yes, the demons are dead. Always good. But Rurik, are you gonna be able to do it? Just slide, no jumpy. You can see the crystal, no jumpy to crystal. Just do the slide. Yeah.
He's looking down. That's a good sign.
There we go. Yes. Rurik's gonna be so angry.
Well done. I am so proud of you. He's frustrated because I think he probably thinks this cost him the match, him not figuring that out for like 20 minutes. He has no idea that he's actually completely fine.
Yeah, Rurik is going to take first, like easily. The Rurik is taking the victory here. Is it going to be enough to guarantee a spot in the tournament? Let me see.
Yeah, let's look at the standings.
No, Rurik will get to 29 points. That'll be good enough for a tiebreaker. If we have the tiebreaker round, Rurik will be in it, considering the first place finish here is pretty huge.
Yeah. Oh, man, what do we do if we have like 20 people all tied for 29 fighting for one spot? Like, what do we actually do?
Laugh.
Do we have a plan? Should I be discussing this publicly?
We stick to the plan.
The plan is a tiebreaker
that we will make in a little bit. Have another tourney. We might. Well, we have had a few tiebreaker rounds in the past, you know, in order to determine who moves on. There are times that people look at the tiebreaker and they're like, "Do I really want to play this many games just to possibly not make it in?" I don't know. It depends. And honestly, you know, considering we'll do what needs to be done in order to determine and not just gift it to someone because we like them. And I mean, we could gift it to someone because we hate them.
I mean,
we're also not going to do that. I don't hate any of our players. I love them all, and that's why we make them suffer. Love is suffering. Kuso6rande is suffering. And guess what? The Rurik is the only one to suffer further because it's time. The Rurik took the victory here. Congratulations. Holy crap. This was a fun match.
Paul said goodbye with the immediate cutting the stream. Wow. So I think I know his opinion on this game.
Yeah, occasionally we have that where all of the streams go down immediately, and it's always kind of funny when that happens, because you know they're not happy.
I mean, that was me in my matches. I wanted to just put things behind me so often. Even when I didn't have that bad of games, it's just like, let's forget this ever happened.
Yeah, I'm checking to see if Rurik wants to come and chat. I would love to have a conversation. There we go. Hello there, the Rurik, and congratulations! You took your victory today.
We immediately lost the Rurik.
Hello again, the Rurik, and congratulations!
Oh no! Why does he keep rejoining General?
Are you going to talk to me? Are you going to talk to me, the Rurik, or are you just going to go back to General?
Can you hear us?
Maybe not. Maybe that's why.
We cannot hear you.
Let me check. Rurik, can you hear us? Por favor. Well, the Rurik is a skeleton, so it makes sense. Okay, maybe Rurik's just going to disconnect and then try to reconnect. That is completely fine. This was a lot of fun, though. I love this game. Sorry if conversations got too heavy for people, but I don't know. Life is weird.
I feel like this happens a lot with me.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's important to talk about people's past, and simply put, a lot of people go through a whole roller coaster through life and then end up being decent people later on. So yeah, it's fine. It's cool.
Yeah. Be a decent person. Do not be like the person in our stories.
Hello there, Rurik. Welcome. Are you able to talk?
Hello, hello.
I can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, there we go.
Can you hear us?
No, I can't hear anyone still. I
No.
wonder why that is.
No. Well, we can hear you. Let's see. We can hear you. I'll type questions.
Oh no.
How was the game, the Rurik? How was it?
You'll type my questions? Okay. How was the game? It was a game. Everything felt weird and rubbery, and yeah, it was a weird one, but kind of reminded me of Croc and Chameleon Twist and a little bit of Bomberman 64. So it's not like a weird genre for me, but there's a lot of weird stuff about it. A lot of lies in the collisions, and yeah.
Did you like the rubbery feeling?
No, because it seems like everything that's not perfectly flat is rubberized. So if you miss a jump and hit a slant, it just sends you backwards, and that's awful.
Yeah, what about that slide towards the end?
I feel so dumb about the slide toward the end because, it turns out it's not a leap of faith. It's just a drop.
It got me too in my casual playthrough.
Got everyone too.
Yeah. Yeah, let me see. Do you have a question you want to ask, Doe Wolf?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Interviews are hard.
Great job, though. Would you play this again? That's my question. Would you play this game again in the future?
I was thinking about it. This is the first one I've gotten in Kuso that I might play again. All the other ones I got were licensed games, and this one, I like everything about this game except for some of the weird mechanic stuff. This is, I like the music. I like the Blanky aesthetic, but there's just some weird stuff with the mechanics that's frustrating, but probably doable. I'd like to know what people do in the real speed run, how much the roll mechanic comes into play.
Not much, I assume, but maybe it does.
Yeah, the speedrun is really neat, though. I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. I won't bother you too much more with this weird asynchronous talk we're having, but
it's actually working pretty
anything
well.
I want to plug, you can go to my stream. I stream either Mega Man speedruns or a JRPG and try and translate along by playing it in Japanese. And
Ooh.
either of those things sound interesting, then come on by. Lots of Game Boy stuff too. Stuff from 20 years ago.
Well, that is awesome. Thank you so much for playing. Go check the Rurik out if you want to see some Mega Mans. Yeah, we'll see you later, the Rurik.
Yeah, see you later. Thanks again.
All right, till next time. Bye. Well, Doe Wolf, I'll go ahead and say goodbye to you as well. Thank you for giving this game out. I love this game. I have an absolute blast with it.
You're welcome, and I will see you over at BBG's because Snulf is coming.
Yes, that's right, everybody. Snulf BBG is happening this next weekend, starting on Friday. I do not plan on having Kuso6rande throughout that because I kind of need to help with it. So make sure you go check out twitch.tv/BigBadGameathon, where a lot of people watching are actually going to be playing as well. Fun starts September 10th. All right, see you, Doe Wolf. Take care. Everybody, Kuso6rande going full steam ahead. Choo-choo. We're going to go ahead and run a quick ad, and we will be back with the next game in just a minute. Oh my gosh, I realized I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm running an ad. Are there is there food in the ad? Can anybody tell me if they get any food ads and tell me what food it is? Because I'm hungry and I would love to eat whatever it is. There is food. Malicious, what kind of food do you have in your advertisement? Please. I need it. Star Trek is not food. I could eat a Star Trek. It's fine. Star Trek has a lot of food. A lot of weird food.